Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Blood Hunt #2. This is the latest issue in Marvel's summer event. Let's talk about the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by MacKay with art by Pepe Larraz, Marte Gracia on colors, letters by Cory, Petit. Before we get into the synopsis, let's take a look at the key players for this. We have the key players are Blade, Bloodline, who is Blade's daughter, Dracula, Spider-Man. This is Miles Morales. I know it's hard to tell from the coloring maybe here. And Doctor Strange. We also have the Avengers, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Division, Captain America, and Iron Man. We have the Midnight Mission, who come out of the Moon Knight book, Hunter's Moon and Tigra, and then the Blood Coven, who were introduced in the first arc of the Avengers, with the Bloodstorm 1, Megrim, the Smoke Eater, Cruel, Damascene, and Unusual. Quite interesting set of names for all those characters. So if you haven't caught up on Blood Hunt #1, go check out our review for that video for that comic. We also have a breakdown of all the differences between the Blood Hunt Red Band version and the normal version. The review that I'm doing is for the normal version, but I will have a separate video for to go over all the differences between the Red Band version, which is the one I purchased, and then the normal version of Blood Hunt #2. Now, with all that being said, let's get into the review. In this issue, the vampire's first strike has laid low the world, and their endless legions run riot across the planet. The broken Avengers join the fighters of the Midnight Mission and unlikely allies, Bloodline and Dracula, in seeking out one man who can do something about this, Doctor Strange. But after the apocalyptic events of Blood Hunt #1, what's left of Earth's Sorcerer Supreme? So yeah, we are left in a very precarious situation here, right? And there's a lot of surprises in this issue. I think Jed MacKay has a really cool story planned out for us. Big fights. We also have mystery afoot of like unlikely allies. Who is working like who's puppeteering all this and what are the true intentions? And also like has there anyone been turned into a vampire? We'll see all that stuff throughout this issue. Very, very interesting stuff. You never know what the next door is going to bring. Um, Pepe Larraz, once again, just doing some fantastic work. As I mentioned, I haven't checked out the latest issue. I haven't done the comparison. So the version I've read so far has been just the regular version of this book. But boy, oh boy, in that first issue, when they wanted to go more bloody and more gore, they definitely brought it, and I feel like we're gonna have the same here. I'm gonna show you some preview art. This will have spoilers for, I mean, brief spoiler for this issue, but these are the first few pages, so keep that in mind. Let's pull up some preview art here, and I love Pepe Larraz just setting up an establishing shot, like trying to remember, like remind us what are we doing, where are we. We see here that Thor still captured and with that spike in his head. Wanda is still being just bound by magic. The one of the Blood Coven is removing her magic, so she's still in trouble. As we found out in the last issue, Blade, who is one of the main players of this, is actually behind the Blood Coven and commanding them and the vampires. We see here that Black Panther T'Challa has been turned into a vampire as of the last issue, because we did see that one of the Blood Coven put a fist through T'Challa, but they must have turned him into a vampire so that he wouldn't die. So here we see the Blood Coven. They move forward to strike on Earth. I really love the juxtaposition of the colors here. How we see the impossible city. Of course, it's a gigantic ship of technology, but I love these more quiet moments in these smaller panels. And then we move down to New York City, where we see that Blade is looking for his daughter. And if you read that one shot with Dracula, you know exactly where she's going, right? And this definitely tells you like, hey, you should go read that book. And I agree. And but what a fantastic way to bring it on. Just vampires dying left and right, and then the unlikely like I think Dracula looks probably like the best he's ever looked in Marvel. Just really love that armor, really love the outfit, but also I am very interested in what's going on. How did Dracula lose control of the vampires? um what's how did Blade get to where he is? What they, like I said, all those questions still remain unanswered. But overall, really enjoyed this issue. There's one really big surprise towards the end, which if you've been paying attention from issue one, you should probably catch on. I had doubts in my mind going into it, and then when it was revealed, I was like, I knew it. This makes sense. So we'll go into all that when we do the spoiler video for the comparison. So if you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite member of the Blood Coven. I think they have very interesting designs and abilities. So as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Bye bye.